Nice deep breaths, wishing you all happiness, clarity, and freedom on this day. It's so beautiful and so refreshing to just take a deep breath. Just inhale through the nose, hold it in for 4 seconds, and then exhale through the mouth, right? When we get this flow going, we get this flow of the breath, we get this flow of consciousness, this is how we feel alive. This is how we come back to life. This is how we take back our power. And it's how we realize that we are infinite. We are the breath. We are the energy. We are the light. We are the spirit. We are not just these bodies. We are the energy. We are everything in existence. And it's so amazing to connect with this, feeling. And it's all within you. It's all within you. So guys, in this video, we're talking about physical symptoms of ascension. Okay, something I've been dealing with a lot recently is the physical symptoms, the physical side effects that come with being a human being, right? When we signed up to, become a human being and enter these bodies, we signed up for a 3D reality, for lots of things to happen in this 3D reality. And I always think that, this 3D reality that we're existing in is very unpredictable. Okay, things are just going to pop up. And a lot of times our minds really overthink these things. Things pop up in our 3D reality and our minds start to attach, our minds start to wonder why these things are happening. And then we go cycling through the mind, and this is how we overthink. So it's so important to realize and accept that this 3D reality is so unpredictable, okay? And a lot of it's outside of our control. Someone could come up to me right now and say something to me, like, hey, look at you, you're so weird. Why are you filming a video with no shoes on in the forest? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, that could happen, and I have no control over that. But when you realize where your control lies within, not without. You can't control what's going on out there. You can only control how you view, your internal view, your perspective, your perception is what you can control. How you view what is happening around you. Not what happens around you, but how you view it. Okay? How you view the things in this 3D reality. This is who you are. This is your control. This is where your power lies. So, with all these ascension symptoms that we've been going through, I've been dealing with lots of physical ascension symptoms. It's important to remember. The most important thing we must know is that sometimes we can't control what happens or what symptoms come up, but you can control how you react, how you view the situation. Keep that in mind, okay? So, what are some symptoms that I have been experiencing and that I feel like a lot of us have all been experiencing, on a more physical level with regards to this ascension, with regards to this journey that we're on, with all this change going on, with all these crazy energies going on in the sky, coming down on planet Earth. We're having massive, massive solar flares, CMEs, and these are absolutely massive when it comes to your physical body, when it comes to your ascension symptoms, your energetic body, everything, right? The solar flares, the CMEs, are basically forcing us to upgrade, right? They're forcing us to upgrade, forcing us to level up, right? So I've been observing these solar flares, and there have been big ones. I haven't been exactly, calculating the sizes and analyzing it too much because, I do have a Virgo moon, but I'm also a Pisces rising. So at the same time, I care about the details, but not too much, okay? And that's critical. It's all about balance. But when it comes to, the physical symptoms, what are some things that we have been experiencing? Me personally, one of the lighter symptoms that isn't like scary or anything, at least for me, is the ear ringing, right? The ear ringing. We've been experiencing ear ringing. We've been experiencing ringing in the right ear and the left ear, and I know they have different meanings. And ultimately, we don't know. Ultimately, you can try to figure out what this means, but ultimately, at the end of the day, there is so much that we don't know, right? Life is such a mystery. Life is such a big mystery, and I can't tell you what exactly ringing in the right ear means. I can't tell you exactly what ringing in the left ear means. I can only make my best educated guess. Okay, I believe this ear ringing is our vibration increasing and our perception and our conscious awareness is rising, basically. I believe our conscious awareness is rising, and as our conscious awareness rises, our vibration is rising. So we are becoming more perceptive to the energies that we can't really see. We're becoming more perceptive to higher frequencies, which is why we're hearing these crazy high-pitched ringing in our ears. So there's the ear ringing. But there's also the symptoms that are not so fun to deal with, okay? Something that I've been dealing with along my journey is just weird pains throughout my body. Weird pains in weird areas. Okay, weird, they could be dull pains. They can range from dull pains, dull aching pains, to just sharp, sudden pains in the body. And I've really been experiencing this my whole life. And I notice it, I pick up on it because I'm a Virgo moon and I'm very analytical like that. And also it's Virgo season, so we're starting to notice these things. But I have always noticed that, I have little sharp pains, little twitches, little aches, little pains in my body. It could be a toothache. I've been actually dealing with a toothache recently, and it's going away now. But, just weird pains, weird symptoms in the body that are coming up, okay? And like I said with the mind, right? These things come up in our bodies, and our mind doesn't know why. Our mind tries to figure out why these things are happening. Why am I feeling this pain in this spot? And it's really tough sometimes when your mind just keeps going and it doesn't stop and it keeps focusing. And the more you focus on something, the more it grows in your mind, the more it grows. And that's the paradox. In order to let something go, you just got to let it go. Just stop focusing on it, and it will be all right. But the more, we focus on these things, the more we worry about them, the more we have fear towards them, the more they grow in our minds. So a big thing to remember, when we're experiencing these little aches, these little pains in weird spots in our bodies, right? Something I've been experiencing all over my body, right? It's so important to remember that what you focus on grows. The more you resist, the more you try to fix something, the more you try to focus on it and try to fix it with the mind, the worse it gets. And I know this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Why does life work this way? Why do our brains work this way? I don't know. Like I said, there is so much that I don't know. I can't tell you why our brains work this way. I can't tell you why what you focus on grows. But this is just the way it is. This is what we're learning. This is what we're going through. And it's so important to, look at the situation with as much love as possible, right? Next time you have a pain in your body, the next time you have a little twitch in your body. I've also been experiencing twitches in my body, twitches in weird spots in my body. And this is something that has caused a lot of fear within me, something that has caused a lot of distress. And like I said, again, the more you think about it, the more you worry about it, the more you try to fix it, the more you try to change the situation, the worse it's going to get, the more it's going to grow, right? And it's also important to remember that with these pains, with these twitches, with these physical symptoms that we're experiencing, the more you try to change it, the more you try to get rid of it, the more it stays, right? The more you try to change a situation in the 3D, the more you resist. This is resistance. When we try to change a situation, when we try to escape the present moment and make it something else, we try to change the situation, this is when it just gets worse. And it's also important to remember that nothing is good or bad. You have a pain in your body. It's not a bad thing. It's bad according to our minds, but in reality, there is nothing that is good or bad. A pain in your body could mean healing. If you train your brain to believe that this pain in my body, this twitch, this is just healing, then it's a good thing. And this is what I have been doing. This is what I've been noticing has been happening in my life. When I'm feeling these pains in my body, when I'm feeling these weird symptoms, it doesn't just have to be pains or twitches. It could be any physical symptom. Any physical symptom that we are experiencing. When we remind ourselves that this is our body's healing, this isn't a bad thing. A lot of times, in this matrix, in this world, we're trained to believe that a pain is a bad thing, that purging is a bad thing, but it's all healing. I'm realizing that our bodies are always in a constant state of healing. Our bodies are always trying to heal themselves. Our bodies are always trying to heal. All the pain you're feeling, all the twitches, all the weird symptoms, the headaches, the ear ringing, it's all your body calibrating itself, going back to equilibrium. And that is what healing is. It is your body going back to equilibrium. Okay? So keep this in mind. When your body is having these symptoms, it is simply your body striving to go to equilibrium. You got to remember, we are nature. We are nature. We are a part of nature. We are connected to the trees. Connected. The trees give off oxygen and then we take it in. It's all a cycle. It's all a flow. It's all one energy. And we are part of that energy. We are part of nature. We are nature, right? And you know how nature works. Nature is always striving to go to equilibrium. Nature is always striving to go to equilibrium, right? So when you have these pains, when you have these twitches, when you have these weird symptoms, it is simply your body trying to go back to equilibrium. And that's healing, right? When we get sick, when we have a cold, our body fights the infection. Our body is very intelligent. Your body is so intelligent. It knows how to fight off infections. It knows how to heal itself. And it is striving to get back to balance, to get back to equilibrium. And that's what healing is. So when we have these pains, we have to remember that it's not a bad thing. Train your mind to realize the truth. Healing is the only truth. This is what I'm reminding myself. This is a mantra I'm telling myself. Healing is the only truth. Healing is the only truth. Equilibrium is the only truth. Balance is the only truth. Your body does not want to go through sickness or disease. Your body wants to heal. The universe wants you to heal. Nature wants you to heal. Your body is always fighting to stay alive. It's fighting to stay alive. It's fighting to stay healthy. A lot of times we get in our own way. We have a pain and we say, oh, this is a bad thing. Why is this happening? And we keep repeating it in our minds. And this is how we get in our own ways. But it's so important to just let it go and trust. Remind yourself, I am healing. The affirmation that we must tell ourselves when we are dealing with these physical ascension symptoms is, I am healing. I am healing. I am healing. You are always healing. You are always in a state of healing. And this is the exciting thing. Going from believing that, pains and weird things in our body is such a bad thing and we're going to get a disease and die. No, you are healing. You are healing. It is just the natural process of nature. Something I'm trying to remind myself is that, we have been living backwards for so long. We have been living backwards for so long on this planet as human beings. We've been eating the wrong foods. We've been watching the wrong things. We've been taking in the wrong energy. We've been putting out the wrong energy. We've been doing things backwards for so long. everything is reverse in this matrix. Everything is reverse. Everything is backwards. And we're realizing this. We're realizing this. We're coming to the awareness that nature is the truth. Healing is the truth. Love is the truth. Authenticity is the truth, right? Our awareness is rising. And as our awareness rises, we realize the truth. We realize our truth. We all have our own truth, and we are realizing it within. So remember that healing is the only truth. When we're dealing with these symptoms, I don't care what kind of symptom it is, any ascension symptom. A lot of times, we're having low energy as well. Sometimes I'm feeling very low on energy. Sometimes I'm feeling depressed. That's not much of a physical one. That's more of a mental one, and a spiritual one, and an emotional one. But on the physical side, sometimes I'm feeling low on energy. Sometimes I'm having aches and pains in my body. Sometimes my legs feel really tired. Sometimes my arms feel really tired. Sometimes I have intense headaches. I get third eye headaches sometimes. Crazy things are going on the planet. And it's so important to look at it from a perspective of healing. It is your body healing. I'm here to tell you that you are healing. You are growing. You are ascending. If you are focusing on the right things in your life, if you are focusing on eating right, if you're focusing on balance, getting enough exercise, if you're focusing on love, truth, authenticity, if you are on the path of ascension, on the path of self-improvement, on the path of growth, self-development, if you are on this journey, you are healing from years of living backwards. And this is what I got to remind myself. I've been living backwards for so many years, been doing things the wrong way. And my body has to change now. My body has to get used to a whole new paradigm. We are getting used to a whole entire new paradigm. So it's not going to be smooth. We're going to have to purge. We're going to have to let go. We're going to have to go through these symptoms. But I'm here to tell you that you are doing better than you think. You are on the right path. You are doing so much better than you think. You are amazing, and you are doing so great. It hasn't been easy. We've been going through these things. We've been dealing with these symptoms. But we are all on the path of ascension. We are on the path of within. If you are going within, you are on the right path. The answers aren't out there. The answers aren't outside of you. The answers you can't see with your two eyes. You see the answers with your first eye. You see them within you, in your heart, in your body. You see them within you. You find the answers within you. Okay? So, thank you all for tuning into this message. I had to talk about physical symptoms, how to cope with them, how to deal with them. I can make a lot more videos on this, so let me know if you want to see more videos like this one about physical ascension symptoms, about healing. And also, you guys know this, but make sure to be eating the right foods. The food you put in your body is so important. Yes, we can treat ourselves sometimes. That's perfectly okay, and that's important, actually. It's important to not go to the too extreme on anything. Like I said, balance is key. But on a consistent basis, make sure we're putting plant-based foods, whole foods into our bodies. Okay? Thank you all for tuning into this message. I love you all so much. I'm wishing you the best on your journey. Yes, it can be hard. It can be hard, I know, dealing with these physical symptoms, especially for me. I've always had health anxiety. I've always worried about my health, worried that I'm going to get diseases. But there is nothing to worry about. I'm here to tell you that there is nothing to worry about. You are going to be just fine. You are going to be more than fine. You are ascending. You are evolving. Your DNA is upgrading. Your consciousness is upgrading. So thank you for tuning in. I want you to smash the like button to get this video out there. I want you to comment down below what symptoms you are experiencing and how you are dealing with them. Remember, healing. You are healing. Okay? Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.